Hello and welcome to another video on life on two wheels with Richard Clements, who is myself. So what we're going to be talking about today is I'm going to be doing a 300 kilometers DIY starting from home, going down to the south coast at Lyme Regis. So yeah, this is the route I'm going to take. I'm just going to expand that so that you can see what I'm actually talking about. So yes, as you can see, I don't like the commute map. It has no detail in it whatsoever. That's better. Okay, so down, let's scroll in a little bit. So from my house down through Barclay, down Thornbury, pretty much the route I took last weekend on the Burnham 200 actually, down over the Evermouth Bridge through Portishead, down into Clevedon, and then head south over the Somerset levels. So let's go back down there. You can see that I go down to Axbridge, and I actually got that name right this week. I called it Axminster last week, although I go pretty close to Axminster on this ride. Yeah, so heading south, down through Axbridge, down to Langport, and Chard and Axminster, as I said, and then finally down to Lyme Regis. Coming north, I don't like doing out and back courses if I can help it, or routes, of course. So I head a little bit further east on this one to Crewe Cairn, back up to Langport again, as despite what I just said, this route does have a little bit of out and back to it. Back east again to Street, through Glastonbury, Wells, up over the Mendips on the old Bristol Road, out of Wells, which is a bit of a swine. Drop down to the True Valley, and then as you can see, down through Bedminster, down through the centre of Bristol, and then heading north. You'll see that out through Filton, out through Patchway, Almondsbury, Tockington, Ulverston, and then back basically the way I came out. So this is actually replicates the back end of the route I did last weekend. Yeah, so that's what I got to do. Let's work this out. How many hours should I do, or do I have to do this? This actually works out 205 miles, so let's work out what that is to begin with. 205 times 1.6, and that is 328 kilometers. So I have to do that. 205, divide that by 9.2, and I have just over 22 hours to do it in. So we'll call that 22 hours and a bit of change. Actually, it's a little bit more than that, because as it's going to be a DIY, one of my own events, I'll have a little bit longer than that, but I work on the assumption that it's the same as a calendar event. I'll probably have about 23 hours to do that. So my plan is to start Friday evening and do it overnighter, probably around 10 p.m, and then I've then got until 8 p.m. the following day, so Saturday, to get home to finish the route. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Hello, welcome to another video. You join me tonight. Tonight is Friday the 24th of September. What's the time? 7:25 p.m. and I am tonight doing a 300 kilometer DIY Audax down to Lyme Regis. I have mentioned previously that I was going to leave at 10 p.m. However, I sat watching TV after having my evening meal, and I thought, why don't I just go now? So here I am. Yeah, so 300 kilometres. You would have seen the route already. Bit of a headwind all the way down south, and then get blown home. So that's not too bad. 22 hours
and a bit of change to do it in. So I'm going to say sort of 5:15 tomorrow PM to get round it, but I'm hoping to be back a bit before that, obviously. So you might be wondering why doing this overnight. Well, I've got a calendar event called the Moon Regis and Sun Seekers, or Sun Seekers and Moon Regis, something like that, which is a 300 that starts in Bristol, goes down to Poole and goes back up to Bristol on a bit of a different route, and that does the same as this, the same distance. Starts on Friday night, you get back, you know, sort of Saturday lunchtime onwards really. And I just thought, you know what, I'll replicate that. So that's what I'm doing, hence the overnighter. And I haven't done one for a couple of months. I'm not going to include anything I did around Bristol, Glasgow, Bristol. So I've been quite lucky. It's been a lovely day today, sunshine all day. Temperatures have been way up, it's in the 20s, and despite it being 7:30, temperature is holding up quite well. So I think Weather Bagel said it's going to be about sort of 16 degrees all night, so that'll be alright. Because when I was out on Tuesday night for that video I did the other day, that it dropped, the temperature sort of fell off a cliff. All of a sudden it was just cold. Whereas tonight, at the same time, it seems to be a lot better. Yeah, due to the it being dark for most of the first half, there's not going to be many video opportunities, so the first half might be a bit scarce. Made it to Easter Compton, or just outside of there actually, to be honest, and I was trying to keep going, and I don't think you're going to be able to see me now. Street lights ran out, so I'll turn the camera around. There it is, to look at something. Yeah, so I've done about, I don't know, 40k now, and obviously it's pitch black. Not sure of the time, if I'm honest, without stopping and having a look, but yeah, it's a bit of a headwind, to be honest, and it's quite stiff, so I'm going to have that all the way to Lyme Regis, and it is what it is, I guess. Just means it'll take me a bit longer to get there. I'm just going to try and not to use up too much energy in fighting the wind. You can probably hear this wind. But yeah, so I do say yeah a lot, don't I? Quite conscious of that when I play these back. So I'm not going to say too much, but I had some good news actually. Whilst I've been riding, my phone rang, and it looks like I'm going to be gainfully employed for a few more years, so that's good. Good news. So as I said in the introduction, you know, I've retraced my route from last weekend down to here in Easter Compton. I'm going to climb up the hill to Lawrence Weston, and then up over the Avonmouth Bridge, which is surprisingly hard work. It's got a good hump on it. Anyway, I'll speak to you in a bit. Bit of a progress report. A bit hailing. I'm just about to go through a tunnel under the M5, and I've done 30 miles in just over 2 hours, which isn't bad considering I stopped a few times and I took a phone call and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm not pressing on or anything like that. So I'm a bit of a laugh. Anyway, I'm on a bit of a hill now, so I need to put the camera away. Now on the Avonmouth Bridge, the other side of this wall is the M5, and this side is the outskirts of Lawrence Weston. Portby docks. As you can see, ships come in here and offload their cargo of cars basically, and they drop them off here, and then they get moved onwards, you know, to dealers and things. So yeah, there's quite a lot here now. When I came through here in lockdown, you know, the number 1 lockdown, this was empty basically, and yeah, there's quite a lot of cars in here now. I've got to go a bit careful, it's a little bit narrow and bumpy. Well, I'm in Yatton, just under 80k into the 300km DIY Audax. So I'm just about to start the strawberry line. It's just a train that's just pulled out, and the amount of people that got off it and walking up here, I was like, oh no, I'll have to hang on. But yeah, so yeah, it's just under 80k. What's the time now? Let's have a look. So it's just 25 to 11. Still Friday the 24th. Yeah, so how far have I got to go? About 160 miles, something like that in mileage. No, I've done just under 50. And yeah, the next bit is along the strawberry line, which is obviously off-road in the dark, so that's going to be interesting. Let me turn around so you can actually see me. Yeah, so all good so far, and it's actually exceptionally mild. I'm still not needing to put my arm warmers on, and which is surprising, but I think I might put them on anyway, because trying to keep warm, you use up energy, so I might just put them on, so it just saves me doing it later on. Yeah, I was going to stop in my favourite petrol station in Clevedon with the M&S shop, but the shop was shut and there was a long queue. There wasn't that many cars, but there was obviously more than there is normally, and that was it, sort of 10:15. So yeah, the panic buying is still ongoing. Bless them. But yeah, so I'm going to crack on now. I'll speak to you in a bit. Well, about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from Yatton down this strawberry line, which was actually alright. Sorry, I noticed that this garage was open in Congressbury. It's open 24 hours, so decided to stop for a sandwich and something to drink. And yeah, strawberry line was actually not too bad. Put the light on the medium beam to state of the battery, and came across some guy walking his dog in it like nearly 11 o'clock in the pitch black. Wow. The mind boggles why you would need to take Rover for a walk at that time of night in the pitch black. But anyway. Each to their own, I suppose. There's a lady that came in and put some fuel in her car, and she was saying that the fuel stations in Weston are still pretty busy, so she's come here. I mean, Weston's got to be 8 miles away from here. Got to getting on for that, so it's a long way to come for some fuel. I'm kind of fascinated. If I'm honest, I'm not kind of gloating. I'm kind of fascinated by people's behaviours over it, you know. And if you actually read what was said in the papers, you know, it was like, we've got plenty of fuel, it's just that sometimes, you know, we're a bit behind delivering it, and that's only to BP. It's not all of them, it was just BP. Weird. There you go, I suppose that's the way the world has come to. We're actually not far from Bristol Airport here, and I noticed it when I was in Yatton. There's quite a lot of planes taken off, so lots of people off on their holidays, lucky buggers. Now in Axbridge, I'm just about to enter another section of a track that takes me all the way to Cheddar. That's probably a couple of miles of that, and yeah, so that's Axbridge ticked off. There were still people sat outside the pub in the square. It was almost like, oh, I want to stop and have a beer really, but no, I suppose I better keep going. Well, I've actually had to do a bit of a voiceover on this this clip because I was stood at the bottom of somebody's drive, and you know, as sound can carry late at night. So anyway, I'm talking here about the weather. It was I've ridden into some sort of that misty rain, you know, the stuff that really gets you wet. It wasn't too bad, but I'd stopped under this street light just to give a bit of a progress update. I was in a place called Weir, and there was about 40k to go to the seafront at Lyme Regis, and yeah, I was feeling okay. It just got a bit damp, and I'd had to put the gilet on because it's waterproof. So yeah, so that's where I'm at with this, and yeah, as you can see, you know, it was a little bit grim at this point, to be perfectly honest.